right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Planning and Development Committee meeting on Monday, May 9th, 2016. Calling the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. First item on the agenda is approval of regular meeting minutes of March 14th, 2016, and a special meeting minutes of April 18th, 2016.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. First item for consideration tonight is Ordinance 165-0-16 zoning text amendment, impervious surface coverage and building lot coverage regulations regarding decks. The Plan Commission is recommending adoption of this ordinance and zoning text amendment to classify all types of decks except porches toward building lot coverage instead of impervious surface coverage as is currently the case. Staff is proposing to modify the proposed text amendment to allow uncovered decks in the rear yard up to 3% of lot area, with the permeable surface underneath to be excluded from the building lot coverage and impervious surface coverage. Any area of decks exceeding 3% would be counted toward impervious surface coverage, as is currently the case. And this is up for introduction. Is there a motion to introduce?
Move to introduce.
Second.
I think we do have one speaker who would like to address the item. Mr. Rogers?
Thank you,
Please
Mr.
introduce yourself.
Chairman, members of the committee. As you know, this came before you in November, I believe, and I came and spoke against the proposal that was on the board then. Just for the record, my name is Matt Rogers, Chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals. And I worked with city staff, we talked with Plan Commission staff, and we come up with this proposal, which we think is much better. It will work very much to not throw a bunch of homes into non-conforming uses, and also is very fair and equitable to homeowners, allowing for them to add a modestly sized deck to their homes without increasing any of their existing coverages, and still allowing for proper storm drainage and things like that, which we are most concerned with. So I come to you tonight and recommend that this be approved.
Thank you. Do we need a staff report, or is it self-explanatory?
We're here to answer questions, Chairman, but there's no official presentation.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All in favor of introduction? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Aye, okay, and the matter will be introduced to council. Next item for consideration tonight is P2, Ordinance 50-016, granting major zoning relief for access to parking via the street when the alley access is present at 2767 Crawford Avenue. The Zoning Board of Appeals and city staff are recommending adoption of the ordinance granting major zoning relief for access to parking via the street when there is alley access present for a new single-family home at the 2767 Crawford Avenue address. The applicant has complied with all other zoning requirements and meets the standards for variations. Is there a motion for introduction?
Move introduction.
Second.
All right, anyone here to speak on that item? All right, any questions or comments? All right, all in favor of introduction of this item? Aye. Any opposed? All right, it will be introduced to council. Mr. Munzer, do we have any communications or other items for discussion?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Mark Munzer, Director of Community Development. I just want to take just a moment. We have scheduled, based on your conversation at the special P&D meeting of April 18th, to talk about a north downtown planning process. We have scheduled that meeting for next Wednesday evening, which would be May 18th in the Parasol Room at 7 p.m. We have publicly noticed the meeting to all residents in what's being defined as the North Downtown Planning Area. It's also being sent out via all of our social media and other means of communication.
Thank you very much. Yes, Alderman Rainey.
P&D meeting or a neighborhood meeting? What is this?
No, it's not a P&D meeting. It's just a community meeting to gather input. There'll be two meetings. There'll be a second meeting, Mr. Tinovich. I can't remember when the second meeting is. I know it's in June at some point. So first meeting will primarily be just to gather info from the community.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody in the front row got that? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
We are adjourned.